Have you ever looked in the mirror and felt as if the person looking back at you is a stranger? After losing a spouse, many people wake up to a world that feels familiar and foreign at the same time. You might find yourself asking, who am I now? How do I trust myself again? Today I want to share a gentle, practical guide to regaining confidence after losing the person who was your partner, your teammate, and perhaps the person who believed in you most. This isn't about minimizing your loss. It's about giving you clear steps, backed by real stories, that help you rebuild, gradually and kindly, until you recognize your own strength once more. Point 1. Allow yourself to feel. Grief is not the enemy. One of the first steps toward confidence is giving yourself permission to feel, fully and without shame. Grief isn't a problem to fix, it's a process to live through. When people try to push their feelings away, they often feel more fragile, not less. Confidence grows from truth, not from pretending everything is fine. Story: Margaret, age 67, used to bottle up her sadness because she didn't want to burden her children. She told herself to be strong and polite, even on the hardest days. Months after her husband's death, she realized she was exhausted, emotionally and physically. When a friend invited her to a grief support group, she went with the idea she'd just listen. For the first time, she spoke aloud the memories she had been hiding. Her voice shook, but something shifted. By naming her feelings, she stopped fighting them and started understanding them. Over time, that honesty made other decisions easier, calling a doctor, saying no to invitations that felt draining, saying yes to help when she needed it. Practical steps to try today. Give yourself permission to cry, to rage, to be silent. Say this sentence out loud: I am allowed to feel what I feel. Keep a simple emotions log for a week, 3 columns. What happened, what you felt, how your body reacted. This builds awareness without pressure. Practice 1 2-minute breathing pause each day. Inhale slowly for 4 counts, hold 2, exhale 6. Use it when emotions feel big. Why this helps confidence? Accepting emotions is an act of honesty. When you stop pretending and start naming what's true, you regain control over how you respond. That steadiness becomes the seed of real, lasting confidence. Point 2. Rebuild confidence with small, clear wins. Confidence is practical. It grows when you do things and prove to yourself you can. After a spouse dies, everyday tasks that once seemed routine can feel huge. The strategy here is to pick small, measurable tasks and finish them, then celebrate that completion. Story: Tom, 72, discovered the utilities bill left unopened on the kitchen counter. He had always relied on his wife for bills. The thought of calling a company made his stomach turn. He broke the task into 3 tiny steps: find last year's statement, call the company to confirm the amount, set up automatic payments. He wrote each step on a sticky note, placed one on the fridge, and checked them off as he completed them. The first small victory, a polite 5-minute phone call, gave Tom the confidence to tackle a second task the next day. Practical steps to try today. Make a 3 wins list each morning. 1 household task, 1 personal task, 1 kindness to yourself. Keep them small and clear. Use the 5-minute rule. If a task feels overwhelming, commit to doing it for only 5 minutes. Often the momentum keeps you going. Keep a visual record of wins, a notebook, a jar with slips of paper, and read them when you doubt yourself. Why this helps confidence? Each completed task is proof. Those tiny proofs add up, and over weeks they shift your internal story from I can't to I can. Point 3. Recreate a gentle daily rhythm. Structure equals safety. Confidence thrives when life feels predictable in small ways. A steady daily rhythm restores a sense of control and helps quiet anxieties. We're not talking rigid schedules, but simple anchors: morning light, a regular meal, a short walk, a bedtime ritual. Story: George, 68, began sleeping erratically after his wife passed away. His days blurred. A GP suggested rebuilding small routines. George started with 3 anchors: a morning walk for 10 minutes, tea at 11 a.m. with a book for 15 minutes, and preparing 1 simple dinner at 6 p.m. He set an alarm for each anchor and stuck to it. Within 3 weeks he noticed increased focus and fewer overwhelming hours. Practical steps to try today. Choose 3 anchor points in your day and protect them: morning, midday, and evening. Create a simple start of day ritual: open the curtains, stretch for 2 minutes, drink water. Keep evening rituals calming. Dim lights, light a candle, read or listen to soft music for 20 minutes before bed. Why this helps confidence. Routine rewires your day from unpredictable to manageable. Predictability fosters self-trust. You begin to believe you can care for yourself. Point 4. Reconnect carefully. Choose people who see your strength. Isolation is common after loss, but connection rebuilds identity. The trick is to reconnect slowly with people who are supportive and to set boundaries with those who are not. It's okay to say no, and it's okay to ask for what you need. Story: Linda felt anxious about returning to her church group because she feared pity. She decided to attend one meeting, sit near the door, and bring a small notepad. 2 women reached out afterward to invite her for coffee. One listened, the other talked mostly about herself. Linda trusted the one who listened and began meeting her weekly. With time she felt less alone and more seen for who she was beyond her loss. Practical steps to try today. Make a short list of 3 people who give you energy. Call one this week and say, "I'd love to meet for 20 minutes." When someone offers advice you didn't ask for, try this phrase: "Thank you. I'm still figuring this out." It sets a boundary without shutting down the conversation. Consider a support group or community activity where the focus is shared, a book club, gardening group, or volunteer role, rather than centering on grief alone. Why this helps confidence. Trusted connections reflect back your value. When others treat you with respect and kindness, you remember it yourself. Point 5. Practice gentle experimentation. New activities rewire identity. Trying new things helps you discover strengths you may have forgotten. These ventures don't need to be dramatic. Small, regular experiments do the work. The goal is curiosity, not performance. Story: Eleanor, 70, always admired painting but thought it was too late. She bought a basic watercolor kit and watched tutorial videos. Her first attempts were messy. Instead of focusing on outcome, she tracked feelings: surprise, delight, frustration, then calm. After a few months she joined a gentle painting circle where people shared encouragement. The act of learning reshaped how Eleanor saw herself, from widow to person who creates. Practical steps to try today. Make a curiosity list of 3 things you've always wanted to try. Pick one and try it for 4 sessions before deciding if it's for you. Use low-cost experiments, a free community class, a borrowed instrument, a library book on a subject you're curious about. Keep a short "What I Noticed" journal after each new activity. Mood changes, energy, small achievements. Why this helps confidence. Each experiment builds evidence that you can grow and adapt. New experiences expand identity beyond loss. Point 6. Reframe inner dialogues. Speak to yourself with kindness and truth. The way you talk to yourself matters. Negative self-talk after loss: "I'm weak, I can't handle this," chips away at confidence. Reframing is a deliberate practice. Notice the thought, name it, and offer a kinder, truer alternative. Story: Robert noticed he would mutter, "I always mess things up," whenever something small went wrong. His therapist suggested an experiment. Each time he noticed that thought, he would name one recent thing he had done well. It could be as small as making a healthy lunch or returning a library book. Over time, the tilt of his internal conversation shifted toward noticing competence rather than defaulting to criticism. Practical steps to try today. Try the pause and label technique. When a negative thought arises, pause and say, "That's grief talking," then replace it with one factual, kind sentence. "I handled that phone call, and that mattered." Create a list of 3 affirmations that feel believable, short and true, e.g., "I am learning to care for myself," or "I have handled hard things before." Repeat them quietly each morning. Or record a compassionate voice memo for yourself and listen to it when doubt rises. Why this helps confidence. Your inner voice becomes the most reliable witness to what you can do. Reframing trains it to be fairer and more truthful. Point 7. Accept support and professional help. Strength is knowing when to ask. Asking for help is an act of wisdom, not weakness. Professional support, a counselor, grief therapist, or a supportive group, can give you tools and perspectives you might not reach on your own. Practical support, like help with paperwork or household tasks, creates the space you need to heal. Story: Susan, 64, felt shame about starting therapy. She worried it meant she was failing. But with a therapist, she learned cognitive tools to manage panic and a practical plan for getting through estate matters. The therapist's homework tasks were simple, and Susan found that having an outside perspective was freeing. Not because someone solved everything for her, but because she stopped carrying every problem alone. Practical steps to try today. If decisions feel overwhelming, ask one trusted person to sit with you while you make a plan. 2 heads make smaller work. Consider a short-term counselor or grief specialist. Many offer single sessions or sliding scale rates. Ask for a short introductory phone call to see if the person feels right. Use local resources, library workshops, senior centers, or local nonprofits often have low-cost programs for practical tasks like financial literacy or legal paperwork. Why this helps confidence. Support accelerates learning and prevents burnout. It's a strategic investment in your ability to stand on your own feet again. Deeper analysis. Why confidence falters and how these steps reverse it. When a spouse dies, 3 things often happen that chip away at confidence: identity disruption, practical skill gaps, and emotional overwhelm. Identity disruption means the roles we played together vanish and we must rewrite our life story. Practical skill gaps appear because responsibilities were shared, and suddenly one person must do both halves. Emotional overwhelm, waves of grief, shock, or numbness, makes any decision feel weighty. Each of the 7 steps addresses one or more of these mechanisms. Allowing feelings restores emotional regulation. Small wins repair practical competence. Routine rebuilds predictability. Support reintroduces social reality testing. Reframing fixes the internal narrative. Experimentation expands identity. Professional help stitches these pieces together. Together, they form a scaffold for transforming fragile confidence into something solid and compassionate. Practical timeline and expectations. Be patient, but be intentional. Healing and confidence building don't follow a straight line. Expect good days and hard days. A helpful timeline to keep in mind. First 0 to 3 months. Focus on safety and essentials, rest, basic meals, and necessary paperwork. Small wins matter here. 3 to 9 months. Begin more intentional rebuilding, routines, small social steps, and short experiments. Celebrate skills gained. In 9 to 18 months and beyond, many people feel ready for larger life changes, new hobbies, travel, volunteering, or a new relationship of a different kind. Confidence becomes more consistent, though grief still appears. These are only guidelines. Your pace may be different, and that's okay. What matters is steady, compassionate progress. Mini exercises you can do right now, short, guided. 2-minute inventory. Take 2 minutes to list 3 things you did this week that worked out, even small things. Read them aloud. 5-minute phone reach. Call one person who brings you warmth and say, "I was thinking of you." Keep it short and simple. 1 thing checklist. Choose one task you've postponed and break it into 3 tiny steps. Put them on a sticky note and check one off today. Losing a spouse is a profound upheaval. But it doesn't erase your worth or your capacity to live with courage and meaning. Regaining confidence is a gentle daily practice. Feeling honestly, doing small things, setting a rhythm, choosing supportive people, trying new things, speaking kindly to yourself, and asking for help when you need it. All of these are brave acts. Which of the 7 steps resonates most with you right now? Which small win can you aim for today? Please tell us in the comments. Your experience might give someone else the exact encouragement they need. If this video gave you comfort or practical ideas, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone who might benefit. And if you found one of the short exercises useful, mention which one. I love hearing what works in real life. Thank you for spending this time with me. If you're walking through this season of loss, remember, rebuilding confidence is not a race. It's a compassionate reclamation of yourself, one small, honest step at a time.